Alright. I think that's everything.
Everything. Are we ready to begin? I do love the fact that we now have Abbie's character, and it looks like Kai is just like playing himself. He has transported himself into Strixhaven.
Man, this happened with like Poke Roll where I got transported to the PMD universe for a little bit. Now I'm getting transported to a fucking magic college. It's happening a lot. I had to give myself
Yeah,
an alias so people didn't know it was me.
I know it's not you because there's no way you IRL have 16 strength.
Yeah.
Look, the like teleportation, interdimensional magic really messed with my biology, okay?
I also does not have that much fucking dex. I know it's 9, but that's a lot for Kai.
I'm flexible for my with my upper body.
My upper body.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And Kai also would not have a 14 charisma.
Okay.
I am also
Extreme.
only flexible in my upper body. Don't worry about
No,
it.
no. You'd have a 13. You're 1 off from that extra point.
I can see it.
You're using some of the plastic chains I thought of, right? Am I?
No, we're not using that right now. I might institute those later, but since this is a pre-written, we're just running it as written right now. We'll see.
It's raw.
Wait a second, am I?
No,
but
you are
the
not.
only weird thing that we were doing is I'm using Tasha's Cauldron, whatever.
The custom lineage.
I'm using custom lineage characters, so that's like the only difference is my race. Everything else is
still,
literally.
Hey, that's still raw now. So
that's still raw. I know that, but I'm like, pretty much everything else is just base D&D. But for Strixhaven.
Alrighty. So, are we ready to begin?
Yeah.
Whoever watches this and decides to comment where the timestamp is where the actual game starts, it's right now.
I'm probably gonna cut this a little bit.
Alright, that's fair. So, we are starting today's game in the world of Strixhaven. Strixhaven is a magical college that recruits and invites heroic beings and beings with potential from many, many different realities and many different dimensions. Therefore, you'll see many, many different things. You'll see just as many humans as you will see a walking, talking bear. Not every student is a wizard or a sorcerer or a warlock or any traditional spellcaster. This is also a college to teach magic to those who could use it in other ways. This is not just for combat. This is a college that can teach it for anything, just to garden, farm, or to study history. Today, we are going to have 2 new first-year students, both invited from their separate worlds, and both having arrived on a similar carriage. You have arrived in and around the outside of the central area of the campus, which is just called the Greater Biblioplex. I would like both of you to tell us about your characters, and you guys can decide to go first.
Well,
I'll
I'm
go first.
okay. With my character, it is a human. He's got brown hair, just a bit messy, but longer hair. Brown. He's wearing some chainmail armor with a lightish blue sort of cape cloak going on. The defining feature of his, though, is that his eyes are just like deep purple blue with there's red dots around the edges of his eyes that just are strikingly strange, especially for just a human, since the rest of him is very normal. Relatively tall. He's obviously a bit built with his great sword on his back. And yeah, this is Vale Cromwell.
And who arrived with Vale Cromwell?
I'm Strix. She is a very brightly colored lady. Her hair is basically like a collection of stars and galaxy nonsense. Her skin is like really dark, purpley blues. She dresses kind of nice. And it's hard to pinpoint exactly what she looks like. But yeah, she seems pretty excited to be around, looking out everything. So, definitely a first experience being here.
And upon your two arrival, out of the carriage you've gotten out of, a intricately carven carriage, you see that it was being pulled by a metallic and glowing horse-like automaton. And as it pulls away, you are left at what you may know, well, you'll soon know, as the Archway Commons. A large and bustling area. This is the main thoroughway and the main place where many students who come to the center campus come to simply study or exist or socialize, meet their friends, everything like that. As you are both first years, upon your invitation, you are aware that the orientation takes place at the Hall of Oracles, which is located in the main Biblioplex building. But you are allowed to wander a little bit should you want to, but you do know that orientation happens this morning. And you both have a map of the central campus with you.
Oh, there it is. Alright. How long do we have until orientation?
Orientation wasn't given a specific time, it just said the morning.
Well,
What
it is
time
the
is it?
morning. I assume.
Roughly.
Probably about 10.
So morning's gonna end relatively soon. Is this your first time here?
You know, I was gonna ask what type of here you mean, but yes, just yes.
That was... Okay, I'll take that answer. Alright. Well, I suppose we should find out where orientation is first. And then see people to talk to. Are there, like, stands around or just signs pointing in a direction?
Not particularly.
Nope.
It's got that very collegiate feel of you're just expected to know where you're going.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna pull someone that doesn't look like they just got off a carriage. That's just, standing to see if I can talk to them and ask them where to go. Other than, obviously, the center.
Alright.
Just like, the closest person around me.
Yeah,
Make
Parker.
a perception check. The first roll. Okay. Not too far away. You look around and there's a lot of people who are getting off of similar carriages, and a few seem to be wandering most towards the main Biblioplex building in the distance. But you do see one strikingly red-haired, it looks almost like a minotaur, sitting on a bench in the shades of a tree, kind of sheepishly hunched over behind a small purple book.
Oh, I love him.
I will walk up to this fine lad. Friend, hello. Do you mind if I interrupt you for a second?
You see him jump slightly, and he just kind of looks at you. Yes. Hello. How might I help you?
Well, I just arrived here on campus. I'm wondering, is there like a specific auditorium we have to go to for this orientation? And like, we were just told morning and not really given a location. I'm assuming it's the big center building, but like, That's a big building.
Oh, your first years. Yes, first years are mainly the orientation is always located at the Biblioplex. It's the big domed building in the middle. Once you go inside, look for the Hall of Oracles. It will be the brightest room. You cannot miss it.
All right, thank you. And what is your name?
Drasimir Yarnesk.
I'll put up my hand. Hello, name's Vale.
And as he like takes your hand, he seems to be shaking it very daintily, like almost just between two fingers, just being very, very gentle.
Uh, I feel like I'd start to give like a firm handshake, but I'm like, oh, I don't know. He's not as strong as he is built. Okay. Don't want to crush his hand.
During their conversation, Strix had like slowly sidestepped over to the tree that he was sitting under and started like plucking leaves off and like I don't know, curling them, breaking them, messing around with them a lot,
Mm-hmm.
examining them very intently.
Um, ma'am, is everything all right?
Uh-huh.
Are you also a first year going to the orientation?
Yeah. And then she takes the crumbles of leaves she has and she just dusts them onto the ground.
Okay. Um, well, if you two don't mind, I'm going to get back to my morning reading.
I'll see you later, Drasimir, as I begin to walk off.
Kind of gives you
She
both
will Oh, sorry. She'll be staring at the crumbled leaves and then notice that Vale's walking off and then like run after him.
All right. As you both now run off, you edge closer towards the Biblioplex, noticing that it's quite easily the biggest structure near you. And all right. You enter it, and it's strikingly large, even for what you were expecting. Huge marble arches just tower up, and there seem to be tomes stacked for miles, is what it feels like, in every direction. There, in front of you, there is just a huge number of young students about your age, gathered within the grand library of Strixhaven University. Everything around you feels like it sparkles with magic. Even if you doesn't see it, you feel like you can feel it. Your acceptance letters did state that you report to the Biblioplex's Hall of the Oracles to receive instructions for new student orientation. And as you look around, it's very apparent to you, directly ahead of you is a half closed in, with entrances on either side, room, and a massive shining blue light inside.
I think blue is the way to go.
All right. As you guys move inside, you pass what looks like a few information desks. There are tables on either side before you enter in, and the huge room opens up. Either side, more tables and many, many shelving units past that. I actually should have changed to the Biblioplex. But I didn't change too late, so no. And as you guys enter the next room, it opens up into this wide dome. Arches on every side with these glowing sort of material balls just kind of gently floating on all directions. And in the center, this tower that goes into this bright light in the center, and it seeps down and almost looks like a fountain of light. everywhere around you, there are students, just the same as yourselves, having just arrived. All of them seem to be excited, most of them talking to each other. Some of them seem to be looking around and sort of moving feverishly. So, what do you two wish to do?
Well, I suppose this is where it's supposed to start. Hey Strix, how much do you know about this school? I kind of would just attended because I was requested to. Seemed like a good idea. I didn't put much research into this place.
I have put absolutely zero research into this place.
Good to know, so we're on the same page.
I was told, great place for magic.
Hmm.
That's why I'm here.
Okay. Well... I mean... Everyone else here looks about as confused as us, right? There's not really anyone that looks like they're working on something specific.
Make a perception check for me. Or investigation, you can choose.
I don't have any of that investigation stuff he's talked about.
Perception, alright. Everyone seems about as strangely confused as both of you do. Save for the first one you spy that isn't, seems to be a woman with pointed ears, dark hair, and even darker jewelry, with bright red gems that matches the same color as her makeup. As you Vale, as you are looking at her, she meets your gaze and just sort of blinks at you. And she kind of looks you up and down and kind of like gives a polite wave from the 10 or 15 feet away she's standing.
I mean, I'll wave back. Yeah, I'll
Rix
go up.
waves, and it looks like she tries to wave delicately, and then it just gets away from her, and she's waving really widely now.
You get that very excited wave.
Yeah, and she hasn't stopped yet.
I'll walk up to her and talk. I got nothing else to do. We're waiting. Hey, I'll go up with the introduction. Hello, name's Vale. What's your name?
My name is Aurora Luna Winterstar. Singer and songwriter.
That's an interesting and long name.
She looks over to Strix. And who are you?
Strix, and at this point, that's when she stops waving.
She kind of blinks at you. Okay. Very interesting. You two look like you're wandering around as lost sheep like the rest of them.
As one does on their first day here. Seems this is a very intimidating place.
It is large, I suppose.
Larger than any place I've seen.
Very
Not
well.
the largest place I've seen.
Where have you seen?
The infinite expanse of space.
I feel like that's technically large because it's empty.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I guess you have me there. That's large.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
What are you doing? What do you think? Well, are you a first year or
yes, I'm a first year.
what do you get accepted or requested to go to this school for?
I am a renowned songwriter and musician.
Neat.
That is the long and short of it, and I look to find inspiration here, more emotion for my songs. Do you both... Were you told anything else that was supposed to happen? I've been here for over an hour and nothing has changed.
No,
We're told
just-
morning.
Just morning, and morning's almost afternoon. So, hoping that comes to an end soon.
Just as you say that, an eerie calm starts to set over. It's almost that moment of you hear everyone's pauses come at the same time, and everyone sort of quiets. Over the Hall of Oracles, you hear a rich and soothing voice reading, "Brilliant scholars." You hear it from the center light that's booming. "Your attention, please. As you are now Strixhaven University students, this storied biblioplex will be your second home for research, studies, and even leisure. There is just one task to accomplish before you officially embark on your academic journey. A scavenger hunt. The rules are simple. Each clue on this list will lead you to a different location in the biblioplex." And just as you are both questioning this, you hear and just rapidly around the room, you see a small parchment materialize in front of everyone, including both of you, before you reach out and take it. "Simply travel to the area which the clue references and perform the action the clue suggests. Time is of the essence. You have only until the end of the day to finish your hunt. Solve as many clues as you can, because at each location, you may win a prize. Now then, off you go."
Oh. Well, Aurora, do you want to work together for this? Seems like we gotta think fast.
Sure. I'm gonna read it. What's it say?
As you both look, you see 5 clues, all different lines on the paper. Clue 1. You'll forget all about any trouble or plight when you step forward and are ensnarled in light. Clue 2. Alumni commission works when they retire, seeking promising mages to inspire. Clue 3. Each group deserves a free treat for their investment. Serve up this list and enjoy your refreshment. Clue 4. These leafy beds aren't always what they seem. Give them a pat and see what you glean. Clue 5. From stars are ancient, enduring, and bright. But others, maybe you, are born on opening night. I'm posting this in Strixhaven.
Oh, thank God.
You guys.
I was like, I can't remember all of that.
Yeah, you're going fast, so I assumed.
Yeah. Always assume I'll accommodate you.
Alright. How about I was saying, Aurora, do you want to work with us, or?
I'm more of a solo act, but can I make a persuasion check for me?
That 11.
I don't think I'll be running with the crew, but I'll help you on a start. She points to the big light in the center. Do you know what a snarl is?
Like a kind of trap?
A snarl is a... What were you about to say?
I said Strix just makes a snarling face, just for fun.
No, and entertaining. A snarl is a point in which magic and the weave have missed a note, such as this. And she points at the large tower in the center with the big light that streams a fountain down to the ground. It is said that spells and magic behave more powerfully and differently when near a snarl, hence why the school is founded around one. I feel that the first clue is likely this room, but I think that's the only hint that your strangeness, your charm and strangeness will get out of me.
Alright, well, appreciate it.
I hope to see you all in the future. Maybe at one of my concerts. She gives a slight bow of her head before she moves off towards the snarl,
You know, I'm gonna make Strix is gonna make it awkward, and even though she like said her parting, she's just gonna walk right next to her.
I'm just like, oh, I'm doing this alone.
All right, where do you go? Where do you go, Vale?
I mean, I'll go to like the other side of the light, so it doesn't seem like I'm following.
All right.
You know what?
So you both.
Oh, sorry.
Mhm.
I was gonna
No,
say.
go ahead.
It's like a pool basically in the center, right? Of
Yes,
just that
it's
light?
like a waist high fountain of light.
But it's obviously not water. So what happens if I dip my hand into it?
Well,
The classic DM question: do you touch it?
I do.
are you sure about that? Oh man,
No fear.
no fear, none whatsoever. All right, so stepping up to the middle, towards the snarl, you can immediately feel its radiating power. Not something that is so forceful and stuffy, but it feels more like the closer you get to it, the more your movement feels out of sync with your body. The more you can feel yourself and your body as two different entities. Vale, as you reach your hand into it, you touch the pool of energy below the snarl, and you momentarily lose track of your body and all sense of self. And overwhelmed by the snarl's magic, you yank your hand back after you just feel your senses again. Looking down at your hand, you realize you're holding something.
Oh.
You realize you're holding a potion of healing.
Oh. I assume that's exactly what we were supposed to find.
Did I see him do that?
Yes, it's not that wide. It's like he's like 10 feet across from you.
Okay. Strix is gonna be like, oh, it gives you things, and she shoves both of her hands in and pulls them back out.
You shove both of your hands in, and you're like, I have something. You're holding a thing in both hands, and you come back, and you're holding one potion of healing in both hands.
Yeah.
You can add that to your inventory. Both of you see Aurora kind of look at you and look at the paper and do something similar. Her body kind of shake a little bit as she grabs her hand away. And she takes her potion and kind of nods to herself before looking at the paper and reading it as she moves off.
Well, is Strix gonna follow Aurora, or are you just looking at your...
No, she did that just because she wanted to make it awkward.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go up to you. Looking at this, I'm not sure about 2, but 3 seems like if we go to like a tavern or a cafe or like anywhere that serves food and or drink, that seems like where this is going. So maybe if we just find a map of the place.
We have a map of the place.
Well, we have a very
Holds up
general
her
map.
Well, you
I
remember
point
that
to
you
the
were
Fire Jolt Cafe. That sounds like refreshing to me.
Well,
you were told that the entire Scavenger Hunt is within the Biblioplex building.
oh, it's only in this
Oh.
one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Well, is there an inner glossary on like a sign inside on the halls, or?
No, but you did pass 2 information desks.
That sounds like a place to go then.
Alrighty. So you get there, and there's there's a few faculty-appointed librarians just kind of around it, and there's probably more than usual because you see a lot of new students and on the same Scavenger Hunt are up and around them and asking them things, and they're trying to help people. You see a kindly middle-aged elven woman just kind of look at you both through round spectacles and nod. How can I help you, dears?
Is there a place inside this specific building, because obviously we've seen the cafe outside, where we can get refreshments of some kind or treats?
Oh, well, of course, there is the Biblioplex Cafe. And you see her point just off back towards the entrance, and you see these slightly rounded tables that look more like tavern tables next to a sort of cut-off room that has a bar at the front where you seem to place an order.
Well,
Strix will lean forward and be like, do you have a map? Otherwise, we're going to bombard you with questions. Probably around 5.
Well, 4 at this point.
Unfortunately, I'm prohibited from providing a map today, dear, and I am here to answer your questions, so do not feel guilty about asking them.
Okay. And she's gonna start stepping off towards the
Okay.
cafe.
All right. Well.
As you guys get...
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you keep going. I'm just going to reread this hint.
As you guys get closer to the cafe, you can see that one wall of the area is covered with a mural made from living tree roots. Occasionally, they seem to... You feel like maybe they move, making the entire thing feel alive, but then you can't quite place the movement just enough to say it's actually happening or if it's just a trick of the eye. You see the ceiling above it is covered in painted leaves, which change colors just every so often. Just a little bit. Some seem to fall just a little bit. They seem to be in autumn leaves right now. And you can see on the painting squirrels moving and running up the trees and along branches before they disappear behind leaves. You can see a few students occasionally sitting at the tables, some of them probably not first years and trying to relax a little bit amongst their studies while the entire kerfuffle of the orientation day is happening. You expect that maybe there's usually more than one person that works here, but today there only seems to be one. There's only seems to be one human woman working here.
The hint says serve up this list. Is there a specific like series of orders on the menu, like on a, I assume, chalkboard or something, or is it everything just individual?
Things seem individual. There's some teas and some coffees and some herbal remedies, but nothing seems to stand out at you in relation to the clue.
There's no like.
Excuse me. She's a gnome. Apologies.
Oh, is there any like serving trays on the counter near her?
Free samples?
No serving trays or anything of that nature, no.
Then Strix is just gonna walk up and she's gonna lean over, if she's not busy, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna stretch out the clue list and be like, does this mean anything to you?
He kind of lean, like, you can see she's obviously standing on a stool, and she kind of leans forward and takes it, and she smiles. Well, if both of you will just come right back here with me, I need some help restocking these sandwich shelves.
I can do this.
All right. Back there, I would like both of you to make a... I would like both of you to make a... Man, what should it be for this?
Athletic.
Just make a normal intelligence check for me.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So as you both are making your way back there, and she directs you to this shelf that has these tiny little, almost snack sandwiches, and she asks you to kindly help her reassemble some and assemble some of these sandwiches and put them up. Both of you gather the small ingredients. There's some small meats, some small cheeses, a lot of vegetables, and you put them together more or less. They never quite look as practiced and neat as hers do before you put them up there. But you do. And she kind of looks at them and like wrinkles her nose a little bit. Could use some work, but you know, if you come to work for me during the school year, we'll work on it. But you two are these at least. And you both get one of each Heward's handy haversacks. There are these little, almost slightly smaller than backpack-looking backpacks that have a few pockets on the outside and one on the inside. One big one.
Spell Heward?
Heward.
Heward's handy
haversack.
I'm assuming it's just a handy haversack with a name because it's Strixhaven.
Mm-hmm.
Out of context.
It is in fact a handy haversack.
All right, well, that's. Hey, can I just get like a cup of tea? I'll pay, but I'm gonna be on this for a while.
You helped out just fine. Here's one on the house.
Thanks.
And she offers one to you too, Strix.
Stick it in the to-go cup.
She kind of looks at it in a second and looks around and then gets a little kind of wooden cup with a... Basically, she gives you the Starbucks to-go cup, but it's made of wood.
Thanks, I just don't want to steal anything.
She gives you a thumbs up and kind of shoos you off with her hands. Because
What?
as soon as you guys do this, you see that there's a few students who saw you, and now they're starting to trickle in.
Well, as I walk away with Strix so I don't tell everyone else the clue I can see. Clue 5, as far as I can tell, seems to be some kind of theater production thing. That, obviously opening night. So maybe if we ask for the nearest, maybe gymnasium, but probably just, showroom of some kind. Probably something there.
Strix takes a big, long sip from her not Starbucks cup,
Mhm.
and then she goes, hold that thought, and she walks over to where the greenery moving,
Mhm.
and she gives it a pat.
It does feel like just a painted wall as you kind of pop, but you see a squirrel kind of like nuzzle for a second before running off on the wall.
Well, try and clue floor there.
Yeah, I thought so, but I assume leafy beds, the beds might have been a little more literal. Like maybe just a rest area.
Nap time.
That's literally my thoughts. We'll ask. We'll ask 2 questions at once when we get there, as I walk back to the information desk.
Does anything happen to the clue list as we do these things?
No,
No?
it doesn't seem to. As you guys get back to the information desk, you have to wait for a few people to get out of the way before you get back up to the same helpwoman. Welcome back. And judging by this, I see you've made a little progress. And she points to the little teacups that you guys have.
Very good progress. But we had 2 questions this time. Is there a theater room in this building that we could head to?
Theater specifically, no.
Like a
But-
stage room, maybe?
There is an amphitheater.
That is ideal.
Let me see. This is Parker flipping through things. If you'll just proceed back towards the Hall of the Oracles and just keep going out the other side of it, you won't be able to miss it.
Thanks. And also, leafy beds. Is there a rest area? I was taking leafy beds a little literally.
There are many rest areas.
Is there
Leaves.
a garden?
There is a book garden.
I think that's a
It would be-
library.
Well,
Beds of knowledge?
the only garden we have are the 2 book gardens, both located next to each other, off to your left, past the rows and rows of bookcases.
Where do you want to head first, Strix?
Theater seems like a stronger bet, and we'll do the other one after.
Alright, let's head to amphitheater.
All right. As you guys head back straight through the Hall of the Oracles, you can see people are now rushing in every direction. This is no longer a calm and slightly noisy with a lot of people library experience. This is now actively avoiding people bumping into you as they are rushing. It's clear that some people are having fun and some people feel like their academic careers are already on the
Jesus.
line.
Considering what we've gotten, it seems like my life is not over if we don't get this in time. It's handy.
But you come out the other side, the other columns of the Oracle near the back, and you see steps that lead up to this large platform. It looks like it's meant for large lectures and assemblies and a gathering place. These magical steps seem to lead up, and you can tell they're magic because as you look around, they seem to sort of almost move and slightly shift their form based on who's going. You see a large, almost Goliath-like man walking, and the steps in front of him snap into two large blocks where he easily takes 2 steps and he's on the amphitheater. Whereas you see a gnome just behind him go up, and they just separate into a bunch of tiny ones where he goes all the way up the steps. What would you two like to do?
Take a look at this hint again.
You see also that the curtains are drawn back as if to reveal performers on an opening night or a major production.
Oh, okay. I think the first thing I'll do, since it says born on opening night, is I want to check behind, like in the back of the stage. Behind the curtains, in the back where everything is set up.
Make an investigation check.
Oh boy.
Strix just runs up,
I don't find
pops onto the stage, flares her arms out, and dancing lights circle around.
Okay.
She's center
oh.
stage.
I don't know if this will help Parker. But considering
Okay.
the past 2 items have been magical, if I activate Detect Magic just to see, like, colors that aren't... Because everything here I assume is a little bit magical, but just for things that stand out.
I'll let you do investigation with advantage with that. And
I'll just roll a second
Strix.
time.
As you get up there and I would like you to make a performance check, Strix.
Yeah!
Holy shit!
I don't have proficiency in it, but it's fine.
You see that, or Vale, you see that most of the stage. Holy God, guys!
Parker,
20s!
this stage is our career.
All right, you guys are theater kids now. It's not a choice anymore. It's destiny.
No! Stop!
Too late.
Don't be a nerd.
But as you're looking around, Vale, you turn on your magical sight, and you see that everything is littered with a little bit of glitter of magic. Most of the amphitheater seems dormant right now, but up near the ceiling you can see a few glows, stronger glows, things that are active. And as Strix stands at the center and the little dancing lights move around her like stars, you see them activate. You see boom, boom. You realize they're spotlights, and one spotlight Strix, and there's one spotlight right next to her.
I'm gonna jump on that spotlight before someone else takes it. I'm gonna strike a pose.
All right, I want you to make a performance check too, Vale. And what pose do you strike?
I mean,
None.
it's an attempted flex, just like I don't know how to do like the
You just do the strongman one, yeah.
one of the strongman ones.
You're doing the strongman one, but then your bicep cramps.
Yeah, I was about to say you strike a pose and you're like, and something like pulls and you're like, ow, ow, ow.
I was sitting in a cart for all day. Come on.
It's one of your glutes.
Yeah.
But as you guys sit there and pose, these spotlights seem to almost grow brighter and closer until you realize floating just in front of you are 2 hooded lanterns.
Oh.
One for each of you.
Is it just called Hooded Lantern, or?
It's just a lantern. Yeah, a lantern. This one, since your detect magic still active, these lanterns don't seem magical. They're just supplies for you. They're just lanterns.
Good to know. Good to know. Making progress.
They look fancy though. They look nice.
Nice. All right. Want to head over to the book garden?
Yes.
Beer garden. Okay.
The book garden.
When you head off towards the right, now from the right where you are, you see 2 large sort of areas that seem grass grown. There's there's like marble fencing around them to kind of separate them as an area. There's trees growing on them. And it seems like there's no benches, and you see a few students sitting around studying amongst the lush foliage, seeing more of a quiet place and peace for them than the tables. As you look around, I want both of you to make a perception check, actually. All right. Vale, you notice that a few of these bushes seem to almost shift a little bit, and you realize that these are creatures that seem to have taken root in these little book gardens. And the students seem to acknowledge that they're there, so it's known that they're there, and they seem to live here.
I'll go up and give one a tap tap. Little pat pat.
As you kind of brush its leaves, you just hear it just like shakes, almost like a wet dog would shake, but it's just leaves.
All right. It doesn't reveal anything.
Nope, just seems to react to you.
Wait. So everyone if I'm in my brain, I'm thinking, what if these hand out books? Has anyone walked up and gotten something from these? Or at least, or is anyone loitering around these with books specifically?
No, doesn't seem that way.
Okay. Let me just reread the clue. Any ideas, Strix?
So, was it potted in anything, or is it just sitting around?
It's more like they just planted themselves in a spot in the garden.
Then, so there's grass underneath us then, or dirt at least.
Yes.
I'm gonna pat that instead. We're just gonna walk around and start pat everything.
Okay. Make a investigation check for me, Strix.
Playing patty cake with the entire garden.
With the entire ground of the garden. Hell, I'll say it takes you a while, and Vale, you're probably looking at her do this, so she's just kind of patting the ground. But as she nears the bush that you're standing in front of and pats the ground, there's a slight rumbling as the grass parts, and Strix, what you are presented with is second. I need to. Hey Strix, I want you to roll a d6 for me.
Yeah.
5.
Dollar.
5 damage.
Long.
What you are presented with is a tiny little. I don't know what this looks like. Oh, okay. What you see is it looks like a little stuffed version of a tiny stone golem, like almost a little teddy bear.
I mean, can I do the same thing on a nearby one? So.
Mm-hmm. You pat the ground, and I want you to roll a d6 for me.
3.
3. What you are presented with is what looks like a stuffed little blue worm-like creature that has crystalline forms. Both of you have gotten a cuddly Strixhaven mascot.
Wow.
And it's probably no, never mind.
All right. Never mind.
I thought you had Detect Magic up still.
I don't remember. No, how long does it last? I forget.
I think it's 10 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, up to
10
you how
minutes,
long it
30
takes us to
minutes,
get from
British.
the auditorium to here.
It's more like how long it took Strix to pat a lot of the ground.
That also plays a part, yeah. You know what? I don't know. I don't want to metagame and say, yeah, I think.
Go ahead. I promise you it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay, sure. I'll use it to detect magic.
All right, these are magical items. These little
Thanks.
stuffed animals are magical items.
What school?
It seems like abjuration.
Some kind of okay. So it's not a okay. Interesting. So they got to be activated somehow, but we can do that later. Well, one more hint. One more hint.
I'll say, where do you both put your Strixhaven mascots?
I put mine in my new handy haversack because it's very
Alright.
handy.
I'm gonna keep
Indeed,
holding
it
mine.
is. All right.
Mostly because I want to keep it separate from all my rather random junk that I probably have collected.
You know what?
Strix is you. Go ahead, Bill.
You know how some people out under wastes have those little pocket pouches? I'm gonna put mine just like little head sticking out.
As you, Strix, as you looking at Vale, hold his. As he puts it near his, he puts it near his wrist, it seems to magically move its long worm body and wrap itself around and just hold onto his arm.
Oh.
Likes you.
I think he wants a hug. Let's hope he doesn't get any bigger.
And to give you context, Vale, you got the Fractal mascot, which is the mascot of the Quandrix, and Strix, you got the Spirit Statue mascot, which is the mascot of Lorehold.
Interesting. Well,
Interesting.
one more clue to go. I'm gonna keep him on my wrist. That's kind of cool having just worm on my wrist. 2. Alumni commission works. When they retire, they seek promising mages to inspire. This sounds like just heading to a career advisor of some kind.
No, I don't know. Because it says commission works. Is it writings of previous alumni?
Seeking promising mages to inspire.
Well, yeah, I don't expect every alumni from Strixhaven to just be chilling here.
Could that be study help?
We're still in basically a library, right?
Oh yeah, the whole building's a library. No matter where you go, there's still library.
I have an idea.
Okay, and there's those little creatures that we pat before. Are there any of those around?
What little creatures?
The ones that we pat and then it shook like a
plants?
dog and ran away.
Oh, the little plant.
Little
plants. Yeah, they never moved. You pat, they just shook. It's like a bush that just shook around and then kind of stayed there. They're still there. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna sit down in front of one and be like, "Can you bring books to people?" Let's see what happens.
I'll say make an animal handling check. Not technically an animal, but why not? You just hear a...
I totally get you.
What's it saying?
I don't. I look up and he says, I have no fucking clue.
I have an idea.
So, do you know where any books or papers or things made by alumni would be?
And then there's a moment of you hear a voice from just over your shoulder. I don't believe you're going to get much of a response from that.
Oh.
And you turn over your shoulder and you see a orcish form, a orcish male, I believe. Right?
You gotta be careful. You mislabeled a gnome as a human, so like.
I
double check your
listen.
facts.
I know. I had to make a lot of NPC sheets. Okay. Yes. Okay. You see an orcish male behind you who looks kind of hair's a little wiry, but very large, round glasses to the point where they look like to you. Their eyes look huge, like through magnifying glasses.
Hey, it took me a second to realize that those were tusks and not his tongue.
I thought those were tongues too.
I thought he had a snake tongue, and he was just.
No, full orc, so big tusk.
Oh,
The-
they don't.
you
They don't talk.
No, these are some awakened shrubs that wandered their way in here last year and took root. They're peaceful enough, so the staff has let them live. And you see him take a little watering can and just sprinkle it over them.
Would you be able to help us? We were trying to figure out this final clue for us.
Yes, but first thing is first. My name is Erzmektok Grosh. I am the head of the Fantastical Horticulture Club.
Right.
Trick
who-
starts laughing.
What is so funny?
Oh, I heard a funny word in there, and I'm not gonna repeat it because I don't want the books to hear me.
All right.
I don't know if I understand what's so funny. Was it my name?
It's fine. My name's Vale Cromwell.
Greetings, Vale. And what is your name, miss? Laughing.
I'm Strix.
Hello, Strix. Would either of you be interested in joining the Fantastical Horticultural Club?
Well, I'm not
Us
sure what
again.
clubs we have, but maybe.
What is so funny? Anyways, I've been here trying to recruit first years to the Horticulture Club. But... And he just peeks over as you start bursting out laughing again. Anyways, what might I be of assistance with?
Well, we were looking at the second clue, which talks about alumni commissioning works and seeking promising mages, and I thought it might have something to do with career advisement. And Strix thought it had something to do.
I think it was something alumni did either shortly after they left, like that they sent here, like papers or artifacts.
There is a student and alumni art gallery. It might be referring to that.
That might be it.
Let's see.
But seeking promising mages to inspire? I suppose if that's an art gallery, that would actually help. That would make sense for that.
All right. If you're looking for the art, it's actually just next here. Just go through those glass doors right there, and he points quite literally about 15 feet to your right.
Oh, thank you very much. Nice to meet you, Erzmektok.
Thank you. Thank you for using my full name. Now, if either of you should ever rethink joining the Fantastical Horticulture Club, please do not hesitate to find me. What is funny? What is funny?
Alright, let's go. Let's head on out. Keep this PG for the plants.
All right. So, as you two head over to the doors, to what you've directed to as the art gallery, you find it's a little separated from the noise, and it's a very crisp looking room. White walls with columns that go from floor to ceiling. You see art pieces that are more representative of various sorts of mediums. And you see a few neatly dressed, what you recognize as the Prismari symbol on them, Prismari mages, kind of wandering it as sort of monitoring and looking around it. Some cleaning the gallery, some studying and looking around the techniques of the art pieces. You see as far back there seems to be a storage area It's kind of roped off.
Alright, so it's... The clue said, seeking promising mages to inspire.
I'll look around. She's just gonna start wandering and looking around at pieces.
Okay.
Very, like, nonchalant, hand behind her back, big steps. Kind of
Okay. Are you investigating the pieces?
Occasionally, yeah.
Investigation check. They look like art. Some of them pretentious art.
I don't think detect magic is going to help here, just because I'm pretty sure every student's going to have a little bit different color, and that's not going to help. Do any of the paintings, like, move? You know, this classic moving eye, maybe they're, I don't know, magical gifts? Or are they
None
just
of them
static
seem.
paintings?
None of them seem to move. None of these ones seem to move. These seem to be static paintings for the moment.
You know, if I just turn on detect magic, is this just a hodgepodge of color, or...
In fact, you see no magic behind any of the paintings at all.
Interesting. What are the... Okay, how many paintings are there? Like, is it too much to try and read the labels of each one, or...
No, not at all. It's a good few. But the plaques on them don't seem to be long.
Okay.
Some of them don't even have names. Some of them are just quotes.
Well, if any of the quotes say something studious or helpful, like some kind of philosophical phrase, maybe one of those has a hint.
Make an investigation check. You don't seem to be finding anything that you can think about.
I want to walk up to one of the Prismari students.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna hold a little sheet out. Basically, if they don't respond to me the first time, because I assume I will get ignored at least once, then I'm gonna start shoving the paper in those places.
Make it either persuasion or intimidation check. I'm not sure.
Numbers, Mason.
Good at both. Persuasion.
One of them just
I'm
like
good at both, but I roll like shit.
one of them just kind of looks. Just, stop it! I see it. I see it. What do you want?
It was a clue to alumni commission works.
What's most of
fine.
these?
Yes. Yes.
Inspire? Oh, over there, just please. I'm very busy. Over there.
I go there. There
you
was.
you walk over to a painting that's relatively near a veil, and you see that the quote under the painting is, "At Strixhaven, we were all inspired." And just, well, what do you do next?
If only we had a bard to give us inspiration.
Is it walled off to where we can't touch it?
No, you are right up next to it.
Cool. I'm gonna touch it.
Yeah.
I have a feel. My logic is we have been touching things and getting things because of it. So she wants to try and stick her hand through the painting, but she's being gentle. She doesn't want to break it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just punching the painting for a
No.
second.
But she's like, in her mind, it has secret magic on it. That if she sticks her hand through it, maybe she'll get more healing potions.
Grabs the painting.
You-
This is a nice painting.
You gently
Yeet.
touch the painting, and you realize you're just touching an oil painting.
Oh, well. I apologize to the painting.
The painting says thank you. No, it doesn't.
Oh. Here at Strixhaven, we're all inspired. That's what it said?
Mm-hmm.
I just look at the painting, I go, inspire me.
Vale, since you're being very thoughtful about this at the moment, make another investigation check. Vale.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about, sorry. My brain, I heard you say me, but I thought you were talking to Strix, because Strix was one interacting with it.
Right. Just a moment, you see that this is not a perfectly rectangular plaque, and you kind of lean your head down, and just below it, you see a very tiny, almost like a light switch.
Oh. I mean, I gotta press the light switch. I can't not.
You see, the plaque just pops out, just forward, and inside it is a little box that has 2 Strixhaven pennants.
Oh. I'm going to take them, and I'm going to put the plaque back and unflick the switch, so people have to find this again.
Okay. There's 1 pennant for each of you.
I drop it in my handy haversack. I also take one of the healing potions and put it in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, I want all the things that are part of the clue inside this handy haversack.
Well, I think we head back to the main room we started in just to wrap this all up.
Is that what you guys are gonna do?
Sure. I mean, do you have anywhere you want to head back to the cafe for a refill, or?
Yeah, I want a refill.
Let's stop by the cafe and then we'll head to the main.
All right. Just as you guys are heading outside, you push past the glass doors and they swing behind you, and you can hear suddenly just screams and people running in every direction. There's papers flying, there's some books flying. Some people seem to try and calm the chaos, and some others are just running in a direction. It is completely unclear what's happening. And someone says, go ahead.
I'm going, and that's it. I'm confused.
Okay. You see a young elf pointing towards a stack of just things. It says, that trunk has teeth. Please, someone stop it. Anyone, please. I do not have the means to stop it.
That sounds like a mimic. Okay. I'm going to head over there.
Strix, are you going with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's slightly disappointed she didn't get a refill on teeth.
As you guys are running over, you see soon this chest, this large, chest with teeth and many orange eyes, just kind of bouncing around and just gnawing, and it's biting towards people, and people jump out of the way and are running away. And it seems like faculty, might be trying to get towards it as it moves around and just knocks things over. But just many first-year students who are panicking just are making it impossible. I would like you to both roll initiative.
Okay. Wow, actually got really good on that.
Alrighty, and I need to roll for the mimic.
Oh my god, you told us what it is?
Oh my god!
Ruining my immersion!
You know,
I'm here to fucking learn, Parker.
You're here to fucking learn? Yeah, that's fair. First up is Vale.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna hit you with this crazy battle plan, alright? I'm gonna pull my greatsword. I'm gonna stab it.
Nice. So you're running into melee with it, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay. Go for it.
That hit?
That hits.
I did a lot.
Ooh. That's meaty. You swing down, and you take a good splinter out of the chest that it seems to be mimicking, and just snarls at you some more. Is that it for your turn?
Yeah.
All right. It is Strix's turn.
I'm a level 1 paladin. Here I am.
Mm-hmm. Level 1 combat.
I'm gonna do a good old-fashioned sleep spell.
The classic fight ender.
The classic fight ender. All right. Roll for sleep.
Just making sure I throw the dice right.
15.
So, if it has that many or lower,
It falls asleep.
it falls asleep.
You see it.
Okay.
It was so close to staying asleep.
It's a bit more wily.
I had a plan.
Is-
Hmm.
So you still have your bonus action, but also, how far away from you are you standing? Are you positioning yourself?
I don't know, because it is a 20-foot radius for that, so obviously I angled that, so if I hit anybody else, obviously it doesn't work because I was aiming for him
But
mostly.
asleep, it has to pass
No.
on from target to.
Yeah, it goes from target to target. Start with the lowest hit point.
Okay, so you had to be 20 feet. And it's creatures you choose, so you can just be 20 feet from it. Or no, excuse me, you can be 90 feet from it.
I
It's a
can be
range
90
of 90
feet, but it's a 20-foot circle.
Yeah, but it's creatures you choose, so you're fine.
Yeah, you don't. You can be into range.
Okay. I'll probably be staying like 30 feet back at least.
Alright.
And then, let's see. Do I
Still
any
have a bonus action.
I don't have a bonus action. Bonus actions is like zombie, and I really would love Wizards of the Coast to amend that.
Bonus action is what now?
For a rarity.
Yeah, they sure
I
are.
would love for them to like,
Not be.
not be.
All right.
Hold on, I have this.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? I might try Silvery Barbs because it's a reaction, right? Can I do that?
But it
You already
has-
cast a spell.
Yeah,
you already
That's right.
cast.
That's right. That's the thing. Fuck that. All right. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. All right. Then it is the mimic's turn, and as the man with sword is said to go chop, he's looking at man with sword,
I
and
don't
that
know why I
tongue-
would ever do that.
and that tongue is lashing out at man with sword. That is an 18.
No,
That hits
his
me.
tongue is slashing.
His tongue is slashing. All right.
Does it do licking damage?
It does slime damage.
That's disgusting.
Ew.
All right, that is a.
Not mucus.
You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as you get slapped in the side of the face with a big, slimy purple tongue.
You know, getting slapped by a purple tongue, doesn't that just feel like offense damage?
I think it
No
feels like I'm
offensive
almost dead damage.
Wait, you took 9?
Hmm.
Yeah, I'd be dead, so it's fine.
Well, death's door.
And as you are hit by it, wraps around around near your neck, and you are grappled by the pseudopod tongue.
Please, stuffed mascot, save me.
Alrighty, it is now back to your turn.
Well, I sure hope this kills it when I hit it again.
Yeah, you can hit it while grappled.
Oh, yeah.
That definitely hits.
Okay.
How do you want to do this?
With my sword, I'm just gonna cut off its tongue and then slice it like right on what I guess it doesn't actually have them, but right at the hinges, so it just splits in two: the top half of the box and the bottom half of the box.
The tongue sort of bounces and spurts and just rolls over towards Strix, leaving a blood trail, and then you slice straight through, and you hear a kling kling as just boom, 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 as the top half and the bottom half, revealing just rows of teeth inside, just kind of, and then you hear as the mimic deforms into what looks like a normal chest that just split in half.
All right.
While he's recovering, Strix is gonna walk over and peek in to see if there's anything in the chest.
Let's just give myself a good old pat on the lay on hands back.
Pat on the play on
It's just-
hand.
that's nice.
Um,
I'm fine, by the way.
So Strix, make a investigation check to loot it.
Loot it, loot it, loot it. Loot it, loot it, loot it.
It's unfortunately you are quite certain that is a perfectly empty chest.
Oh. Man. I took out a veil. That was definitely not worth you almost dying over.
Ah, yeah.
Coming through, out of the way.
It's okay.
And you see this owlin-shaped woman with large wings coming through, and she looks at both of you. Oh, she was pushing through people and even trying to had to fly over some people, and she just looks at you and looks at the chest. What happened?
It had teeth and a tongue.
Oh, another mimic. Okay.
Another?
It is not uncommon. It's unfortunate, but uncommon for magical creatures to make their way into Strixhaven. It is a very powerful conduit that attracts such things. We try to prepare our students as best we can to defend themselves while also keeping it secure as possible.
I mean, we should have been prepared. I look at Vale. We should have been prepared for it attracting magical creatures because it attracted us. So.
Fair point. But I thank you both for handling the situation, it seems. Sir, are you okay?
He got licked.
It looks like around his neck where he was wrapped around. It looks like it's purple.
He got licked by someone who ate a popsicle.
I just need to take 5.
Here, drink this. And she hands you a potion of healing. And there's 2d4 plus 2 hit points of healing.
Let's hope that's 2d4. That's exactly enough to get me back.
Plus 2.
Well, oh yeah. No, it was more than enough. Alright.
Okay. Well, thank you both very much. What are your names?
I'm Vale Cromwell.
Vale Cromwell and Strix. Thank
Well,
you very much.
What's your
Very
name?
brave students. I am Professor Movinda Sharpbeak, a silver quill professor. She takes a slight bow.
Movinda?
Wait, we've been saying Strix. I'm pretty sure it's Sticks because I have it in my notes as Sticks.
Well, you wrote it as Strix on your
Yep, I
character
did.
sheet.
I did.
Hey, it's Strix
Probably
now.
because we're talking about Strixhaven.
You just want to make it Strix now, or do you want us to go back to Sticks?
I'll go back to Sticks. I don't want to be Strix at Strixhaven. That's
Okay.
Well, I'm
You
going
actually
to
just
have
been
to
pulling a
change
very
UI for next time.
you actually been pulling a very elaborate prank. Yes, it was Movinda Sharpbeak, Mavinda Sharpbeak, spelled exactly like you think it would be. All right, well done, students, and such a bravery from the incoming class. It gives me a lot of hope, even if this was such a bizarre occurrence. Can't remember any of those old costume trunks ever having such a hint of magic, let alone any manner of transmutation. I'll be having a word with the equipment managers over at the Rose Stage.
I have one question. Correct me
Yes.
if I'm wrong, but don't most mimics... Well, I mean, they look like the thing they are, but they're still that thing. They don't, revert back to the object they're mimicking when they die, do they?
They can, but it is more of a... That is more of as a result of some sort of transmutation magic. It rarely happens on its own.
Did
But
it actually
it
happen on
can't-
its own?
It's possible. It could be some seniors pulling an elaborate ruse that got out of hand.
Yeah.
That is also not unheard of.
I'll use my detect magic eyes. Can I see traces of just any kind of conjuration or illusion or abjuration magic on this box?
You see very faint and fading hints of transmutation.
This is not just a natural mimic. Okay.
Well, you two should be rewarded. So, first, you may have these, and you see her talons pull from her pockets. Each of you get a platinum coin,
Oh,
Ooh.
and I will put in a good word that you will have first. You'll be within the first picks of the dormitories for the first years.
thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Not a problem at all. Now, I'm going to make sure that the Biblioplex is not still in absolute chaos. You two, take it easy, and as far as I'm concerned, you've completed your challenges. Head out to the information desk, and you can have... They will show you how to begin the next steps of moving into Strixhaven.
Nice.
Welcome, students.
Thank you. I will.
And if you two have nothing else to say to her, she will fly away.
I'm all good.
There's wave.
Is it the big wave again?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's really fascinated by the fact that she can wave her hands.
Now then, go ahead.
No, sorry. I accidentally clicked the link, I guess, on page. Continue. I'm back.
So where are you two headed now?
Back to the information desk. Unless you really want to get that drink.
I don't really want to get that drink.
I'll just meet you at the desk. I'll let them know you finished it too.
Hi, I'm gonna go get a drink.
Okay. Are you getting another wooden to-go cup?
Yeah, I'll like save your spot in line.
I want to make the planet a better place. Even if it's made of wood, it's fine. I'm gonna just reuse my cup.
You're gonna use your what?
Reuse the cup.
Oh, okay. As it doesn't take you long to go over. The same gnomish woman from before is still there. She kind of peeks back over the counter as the chaos is settled down, and she happily serves you a refill. At the information desk, it is quite the line, because now that the chaos is starting to settle, people are getting back in line to try and figure out their next clue.
I'll just save like Styx's spot in line. I'm just like I'm holding it for her.
Yeah. As you're looking around, a lot of people seem to be struggling on their things. A lot of them haven't gotten past like 2 or 3 completed clues.
I'll actually do something to speed up the line. I'll tap on the shoulders of the person in front of me. Hey, you need some help with the scavenger hunt?
Yes, what is the... Where? There are no beds to lay on here. What are they talking about?
No. The leafy part's what's important. There's a garden in the library. Go check there.
You see the guy next to him smack him on the back of the head. Don't you? And they just start moving off.
I'll start doing that a little bit, because like I'm not concerned. I already finished this, so I'm just gonna keep doing that as we get closer to the line, just helping whoever's in front of me.
All right.
Just make a good name for myself on day 1.
As you're getting up to the front, the elderly woman now with the middle-aged elf, which is a pretty that's a pretty elderly woman. She looks like she's aged out of the past things. Like her hair is just a slightly frizzier. It's like, oh, hello. What clue do you need help with again?
I'm just gonna hold my stuff. The one where we're done.
Oh, thank God. Okay, wonderful. Now then, you see, she casts a spell, and a large sort of map of the central campus, one that you're familiar with because it's the same map that you two possess. Now then, and it's about this time that Styx comes back, just kind of sipping on a tea.
Oh yeah, she's done too.
Wonderful. Will you two be rooming together then? I assume you've chosen each other as rooming partners if you're approaching together.
I have any issues with that, Styx? Oh, and... Oh, sorry.
No!
And I think Styx's name was like miswritten on whatever like ledger we came in, because there's no R in it. I just thought we'd clear that up now.
She blinks and kind of looks through a scroll, and just kind of she blinks a few times, and so it's Styx, not Strix.
Yeah.
She kind of literally flicks it with her hand, and you see an R just fly off the page and out into the wall.
I thought we just... Because I get
saving that art for later, I guess.
It sounds very much like the school, so it's obviously someone just like heard it wrong.
No, not a problem. Not a problem. We haven't had very many finishers so far, and fewer still have claimed their dormitories. So I would like to ask that, whereabouts would you two like to live for the foreseeable year? The first years stay within the central campus, and for the most part, you have access to most of the districts for housing. So what would you like to be near?
I personally want to be near the Archway Commons, and I don't want to room together, because that's weird.
I prefer single rooms, yeah.
Well, that's fair. You have early picked, so there's plenty of those left.
Sweet.
What are the specific options again, if I don't mind me asking?
There are a good few around the Archway Commons. It is a very popular choice, as well as near the Fire Jolt Cafe. If you are someone who typically goes to sporting events and would like to see the Mage Tower games, staying near Strixhaven Stadium wouldn't be a bad idea, as well as Bow's End Tavern. Other than that, the rest of them are typically living facilities and smaller parks that mimic similar things.
I actually like to be near the tavern, and that seems like a nice place to be. Especially when you're up late and don't want to walk too far to get a pizza.
And Styx knows that it's just a map, and obviously it's just representing what's actually there. But she points to the orange building with like the little blue pointy, like it looks like a juicer top. I want to live there.
Wait, where is this?
If you look where Fire Jolt Cafe is,
Oh, I see it.
it looks like a little orange juicer. All of there.
All right. So we have. So if I stick you two in a midway between the Archway Commons and the Strixhaven Stadium District, will that satisfy both needs?
I'm fine with it.
Sticks?
Sorry, what was the question? My dog was pawing at the door to get to the kitten.
That's okay. If I stick you two at a midway point between the Archway Commons District and the Strixhaven Stadiums District, will that suffice?
Yeah. She's sad she doesn't get her orange juicer building, but yeah.
The Orange Juicer building is a teleportation building. You may visit it. And she nods and hands you two sparkling iron keys that appear in her hand.
Alright.
Once, I assume they have like a little bit of a chain to them or like a key ring of some sort.
Yeah.
And as soon as Styx gets hers, she starts shaking it and jingling it.
After a moment of you just do it, are you just going to continuously do this? After a moment of you just doing this, the woman behind just she seems to start twitching a little bit, and she just reaches out and holds your hand. Will that be all, dear?
Huh?
I think that's all.
Her hand is still trying to shake the key while she's holding it.
Okay, I'm heading out.
Okay. And as you two head out, the campus seems to be now open to you. You exit out into the Archway Commons, and it doesn't take long for you to find the building you'll be living in. It's fairly normal. You head upstairs around the outside to a second floor room where you go in, and you have a common living area that is very much the kitchen, the bathroom, the living space, the study space, and then there's two very small bedrooms on either side. So you have that, and the rest of your day is yours, as your classes do not start for a little while, and you do have one other thing on your agenda that you have to do before the week ends. You must decide your classes.
Okay.
So, as we do not, this part is not so much in detail. We'll say that you two garner information on what first-year classes are available. And what exactly, and I'll find the classes for you, but how do you both set up your rooms now that you are settled in?
Let me think. Well, I don't think I'd come with too much stuff, but of the stuff I've gotten, I'd like to dedicate a shelf for just knickknacks, memorabilia that I've gotten. I'll probably put my health potion there for now. And is there for our bed frame, is there just is it one of those that has sort of not pole, but finishing that's sort of pole-like at the ends that sticks up?
I'd say so.
While I'm staying here, is it possible to unwrap the snake and wrap it around the end of the bed?
Yeah, as it doesn't seem to want to wrap around it, like grab onto it as you did, but you're able to just kind of lightly tie it there.
Yeah, I'll keep that there while I'm working on the room. Otherwise,
I think the only thing she brought to decorate her room with was like a bunch of very brightly colored fabrics. Like, mostly space colored, let's be honest. And she's just kind of draping them around and twisting them, like, from the ceiling, so that they make, like, a kind of space-like theme.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. And she puts up the little stone statue and just tells it to stay.
It stays for now. So, as you two have set up your room, and a little later you come back with your options for classes, you both see that you have been placed together in a required class called Magical Physiologies. But other than that, you do have 3 open courses that you may take. And you have 6 options. Offered by the Witherbloom College, you can take Arcano-Botany for beginners. Offered by General Studies, you can take Basic Magical Auras. Offered by the Quandrix College, you can take Beginning Computational Magic. Offered by the Silver Quill, you can take Beginning Inkomancy. Offered by the Prismari, you can take History of Magic and Art. It's art history. Offered by the Lorehold College, you can take Introduction to Archaeomancy. And both of you have this list and you are looking it over in your common room. You can choose to take classes together, apart. You already have one class together, so it's up to you.
Is there a handout we can have that shows all of those?
I can do that.
You went fast, and I heard art history and immediately...
Just tuned out everything I said.
Well, I thought it was going to be like the clues before. That you just posted.
There you go.
So there's Arcana-Botany, Basic Magic, Beginner Competition. So wait, what was Archaeomancy again? Like, what does that cover, I mean?
That will cover most things such as studies of historical magics and ruin delving.
Alright. I believe I will do... Yeah, I'm gonna do Arcana-Botany, Basic Magical Auras, and Introduction to Archaeomancy.
Okay. Write that down for yourself somewhere.
I am exactly doing that on my notes.
Despite how much it makes me upset,
Mm-hmm.
I want to do History of Magic and Art, Beginning Computational Magic, and Basic Magical Auras.
All right. Just write that down. And in about a little less than a week, these classes start, and you both are able to sign up rather easily. And for the next couple days, it is the multiple campuses are yours to explore. So what would you two like to do?
I should start checking out clubs. I know they have those here.
What's the one that we're taking together again?
You are both taking, here it is, Magical Physiologies.
It's weird that I know how to spell physiologies, but there's very basic words that I can't spell.
A little bit. Anyways,
But yeah, there are clubs that we can sign up for, and we can try and get a job, I believe, for what I've heard in the grapevine somehow.
you're both more than welcome to explore those options.
I was thinking of checking out the tavern to see if I could get a job there, because that sounds like a great place to get like a worker's discount. I'm gonna be honest, I'm being very practical about that.
All right.
I don't know if you wanted to head over to the tavern or not, Styx.
Do we have to stay in Central Campus?
No, you can visit any campus you want.
Okay. I think I'll probably do the same, but I think I'm gonna go to the Fire Jolt Cafe and see if they have anything. Probably
Alright.
for the same practical reason.
Mm-hmm. So, both of you go to your separate job opportunities, and we'll start with we'll start with Vale
All right.
at the Bow's End Tavern. As you go to the Bow's End Tavern, you ask around for a job, and obviously you're not the only one asking around. But you find that this it's run by one Javenish Stoutclaw. Javenesh, if you're wondering how to spell that.
Javenesh.
Javenesh.
Oh, okay. And what's
And,
Step Claw, was it?
Stoutclaw. And he looks at you as you approach the counter, already aware that you're probably here to apply for a job. All right. You got to be ready to deal with, no matter what job you work, you have to be ready to deal with all manner of people. We're right next to the stadium, so anytime Mage Tower lets out, there's many people who stop by here. We're very busy on those nights. Even without those nights, we are very busy.
I am well aware of dealing with busy people.
All right. I have a few job openings: assistant manager, cleanup crew, cook, host, and server. I don't think you're quite ready for assistant manager unless you have past job experience in the tavern.
I wish I did, but I'd be
All
lying.
right.
And I'm no liar.
Are you a cook?
I can cook.
What can you cook?
Mostly I'm doing fire meats, but from the occasion I know how to do various soups and salads, just the side dishes.
Care to show me?
Sure, I can give it an attempt.
All right, make a performance check for me.
Let's hope that I can actually do that. I got some charisma. It's not the worst thing they've ever eaten, but
Hmm.
a little.
If we get overrun, you can serve the drunker ones. How well are you with people? How much of a person?
I'm a good
How
people
personal are you?
person. I introduce myself to everyone. Nice firm handshake. Introduce my name, ask for theirs. The whole kerfuffle.
I've got a few people coming in right now. Why don't you go see if you can handle them?
All right.
Make a persuasion check for being a good host.
Exactly the same as the food.
You get there and you're a little like, it's part nerves of trying to get this job and just being at Strixhaven. You're kind of coming a little strong and you're like, oh, okay. And you show them to their seat, but they, you might have freaked them out slightly.
All right.
Oh, right. How well can you be a server? Can you carry multiple dishes, bounce them on your hands while avoiding bumping or knocking into anyone?
I am great with carrying things properly. That's all I did back in the order I was with.
Wonderful. All right, this is all about balance and making sure you're light on your feet to avoid everyone around you. Here, take these couple dishes, and he hands you 3 dishes, so you have to position them carefully.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you...
I know you're going to make me roll, and it's going to be bad.
It's going to be an acrobatics check.
Oh, it's not. The thing I'm bad at is the thing I aced.
You keep your mental awareness around you, and you just very nimbly kind of like spin and step around people before you bring people their food. It's like, perfect. Your pay is 5 gold a week. Show up here on Monday.
All right. Good to be working here. My name, I assume I introduced my name, but in case I didn't, because we fast practice. I am Vale Cromwell.
Oh, don't worry about it. I hire so many people without ever knowing their name.
All right.
Now, as we move over to Styx, I almost said Strix. It is Styx. You enter the Fire Jolt Cafe, which is very nice. It's much nicer than the tavern is. It's a lot more low key. Coming here looking for a job, you meet one Mina Lee. And oh, excuse me. Apparently, I made so many of these. I didn't. Yeah. Kai, here's your boss.
Oh shit! I thought I was just like an orc or something. That's an owl.
Now, now.
It's got some gnarly teeth and claws there.
He's big. He is the first thing you notice about him. He is large. He is a built man.
All right.
Bird.
A built bird. And as you get to the cafe, you speak to a silver-haired woman who introduces herself as Mina Lee. Nice to meet you. What is your name?
I'm Styx.
Hello, Styx. I understand you're here to apply for a job here?
Yep.
All right. It is a very relaxed place, but I do run a bit of a tight ship here. I did not become head of the Strixhaven Star for nothing. So, I have a few open positions. The first being barista, second being cashier, we have cleanup crew, and we have server. What do you think you have the skills for?
I can make some good coffee.
You make some good coffee? All right, show me a good coffee. I want you to make a performance check for me. Yep.
Yeah.
What kind of coffee do you make her?
You know what? Because it was a performance check and I'm feeling very charismatic, I'm gonna make her like a cold, like an iced latte, but I'm gonna put cold foam art in it.
What's the art you put in?
You know what? I'll make it because it's of the name of the place. I'm gonna make it like fire. Abstract fire.
She takes it and says, very well done. All right, you start Monday. Five gold a week. Can you work with that?
Yep.
All right. Should be relatively calm. The most we get is visitors who are a little sick of the Biblioplex and need a change of pace, or some people who walk in a little hungry from the parks. Other than that, can I interest you in perhaps someone as upbeat as yourself in rooting out the injustices and lies of Strixhaven with the Strixhaven Star newspaper?
I don't know if I'll do it willingly, but if I find any good news, I'll let you know.
You know what? That's plenty fine with me.
We'll work on a freelance sort of operation there.
I like that. I like that. You can't. It's less of a paper trail. Less of a paper trail.
Okay.
All right.
Me laughing, not her.
you two soon meet up again after you're getting your various jobs. Anything else you'd like? You get a little apron. You get a smock. you get an apron. So does Vale.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. You both have aprons for your various. Both of you basically come back and you have it's basically the same apron with just a different symbol on it.
Slightly different shade of green.
Yeah.
Yours is just more worn out.
Yeah.
I had a lot of spills on it. Just a server apron.
Vale seems to have a few little stains on it, and Styx has a few very sharp spice smells in a few places.
The difference between the person who makes the food and the person who serves the food.
Yeah.
Well, at this point,
you still guys got plenty of free time. So what do you want to do?
There's also the extracurriculars.
I might wait a bit on those.
I'm not gonna sign up now.
No, I might wait. Figure out what I'm gonna do for the school and maybe gear it towards that a little bit.
What? I know I was talking about this before. I want to hear the club I was talking about before was this. It was just like an S. It was like the weightlifting bros club, right?
You took interest in the.
Talking about Gengar Gym?
Gengar's gym.
More of
You
took
took
Champs guy.
in the. The Strixhaven Iron Lifter
was it.
Society caught your eye.
That did. The Iron Lifter Society. Okay. I'm probably gonna head over there just to check it out. Want to see the kind of people that run it.
All right. Are you gonna go with Styx, or are you just hanging out?
Yeah, I'll hang out. I'll follow them around.
All right.
I still want to see them. I'm not too keen on joining one just yet.
All right. Out near one of the common areas, you soon find a. You find the direction as to what you were looking for. You hear a. All right, who's next? Come on. Surely one of you can lift a little more than me. One of you freaking other second years, third years, whatever the hell you are. And you hear a loud voice of a woman, and you're looking around, and you don't see anything until you like push past the few of the bushes, and you look down. You have to look at a downward angle to see this dwarven woman who seems to be flexing for the small crowd, and there's a few claps and some other people in similar uniforms just kind of chuckling. All right, just because I'm easily the strongest one here doesn't mean y'all got to be intimidated. Come on, join us. Join the Iron Lifter Society.
Is this free to show off right now?
If you think you got what it takes, go right ahead. As she motions towards a set of iron weights that are in the center.
I'll give it an attempt.
All right, make a strength check for me.
Raw
Or an
strength.
athletics check.
Oh, thank God.
There is technique to weightlifting.
All right.
Yeah.
You kind of like sit on your hands and get down and get it, and your feet slip in the mud, and you just kind of slide down to a sit as you grab. And there's a bit of a chuckle here and there.
It's been a bad day since I got attacked by a mimic.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. If I was there, I would have strangled him with his own tongue. But I like you. You've got some spirit. You want to join the Iron Lifter Society? We're not here to boast on anyone. We're all here to improve our technique and our strength and our physique together.
Yeah, always room to improve, and in my case, looks like it's a lot.
Well, she kind of just nodding her head and kind of pats you on the side as she's looking at the weight.
I mean, failure is the path to success, so I might as well join.
That is on a fortune cookie I've gotten once, yes.
I read those a lot. I don't
Okay.
actually get my own wisdom.
Oh, boy. Anyways. Welcome to the Iron Lifter Society. What's your name?
Name's Vale Cromwell.
Vale Cromwell. I'm Greta Goran. I am the new leader of the Iron Lifter Society. First year such as yourself, though. So, don't mind me bragging a little bit.
Oh.
Now then, anything else I can help you with? You lass! And he points to she points to Styx. You care to lift at the old irons?
I'll try my best.
You'll probably
All right,
do better than me.
Come and get it a try. And roll athletics for me.
Great.
What's your strength score?
Nice one.
9.
You
get a 1.
You get up to it and you kind of just grab it and you're like, "Eee!" and you get it like about knee height before you just drop it on the ground again. She gives a little clap. Not bad, String Bean. Care to join the Iron Lifters? Put a little muscle on that physique.
Nah, I'm just following the muddy man.
Fair enough.
Hello, I am Mr. Mudman.
Hello, Mr. Mudman. Oh, very well. Well, welcome here. And, Vale, you see on a place on your Strixhaven memories to write extracurriculars. And both of you also remember to write down your job on your Strixhaven memories.
All of this.
And, for your skills on extracurriculars, Vale, I want you to write, athletics and medicine. And once per day, you can add a D4 to one of those checks.
Oh. So I just put a 1 in the D4 box.
Mm-hmm. You can do that once per long rest. You gain a D4 that can be applied once to one of those 2 skill checks.
Oh, there should be... Oh, I'll work with my sheet. There should be a thing I can do for that.
All right. So, anything else you guys want to explore? Because, Vale, one second. Vale, you do notice that your schedule is now kind of full up.
Oh yeah,
a job and an extracurricular is probably all you can do.
Yep.
What'd you say, Styx?
The person who hired me.
Mm-hmm.
Was that Mina?
That was Mina Lee.
That's all I needed. Just double checking that I got that right.
Mm-hmm. Right. Any other exploration you two would like to do?
Anywhere you want to go?
All 6 campuses are open to you guys.
I kind of want to take a look at the Quandrix campus.
Let's take a look at the Quandrix campus.
As you wander over as you follow a map to the road that leads towards the Quandrix campus, you look around and it seems some students are waiting at what almost looks like the equivalent of a bus stop. They're kind of waiting there, and occasionally you'll see a slightly longer carriage than the one you arrived in, drawn by the same automata horses, arrive, and a few of them will get on and depart down the road, and a few just seem to start walking. So, what will you choose for a mode of transportation?
How far away is it from us? Is it just like the next thing over, or?
When you ask around, it's about an hour walk, but a 15-minute ride.
I say.
Wait.
We'll wait.
Okay. Alrighty. After you get on, you wait for a little bit, and when you get on, the carriage sort of springs off, and there's a few seats, but most people seem to be standing, holding on to bars on the top. But as you guys see, the terrain around you, the lush green seems to continue, but it grows almost more beautiful at the same time it is organized. You notice in the distance you see large towering structures, and you hear a "Riding at Taurus Hall," and let off just on the road. You look up and you see this towering spire and this floating what looks like a cube of water raining down to what looks like an endless canyon.
Those are shapes.
Those are a lot of shapes. So, and I will give you guys the Quandrix campus map now.
Taurus Hall, the Cultivarium, and the Arithmodrome. And then everything else is just a lot of shape. Hey, well, Styx, you're leading this one. Where do you want to go?
Oh, she's already gone.
Okay, well...
you look to say that, and she's gone.
Wait!
Gotta
Alright.
explore them shapes.
Going for them shapes. As you're walking around, it seems to very easily just turn into this very almost organized chaos of shapes made out of all the plants, the water, the actual land itself is geometrically organized. So where do you head to?
The cultivarium. Cultivation.
As you get there, it seems to be the cultivarium seems to be this like eye-popping, sun-drenched garden of a spiraling, cyclical plants and these fractals of animals kind of running around it. You see a few faculty members moving around and kind of tending to it for a little bit before departing. And a few of them seem to be giving lectures with students following them, talking about growth spells.
Excuse me. Just gonna interrupt whoever. What's this place for?
Oh, well, this is, in fact, the cultivarium where we practice and teach the basis of growth magic and creating. You see, these shapes are all essence of creation, used to incorporate life and living things moving with them. Just to show that even life has a shape that you can learn. And they seem to get a little. You basically ask as you two kind of wander in as a part of this small lecture, and they seem to keep moving on with the lecture even as you move off.
I'm just gonna examine the plants.
The plants all in and of themselves seem. It's the odd thing of you pick up the plant and it's as beautiful as it's slightly disconcerting, and you can place why, because all of them feel almost perfectly symmetrical. And it lacks that strange... It lacks that sort of quality of a plant's randomness that it usually has, but at the same time, it almost gains a new kind of beauty because of it.
They must have the perfect Christmas trees.
They stand perfectly straight up.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anywhere you want to explore in here, Vale? She slowly sets the plant back down.
I'm gonna be honest. Geometry Land isn't exactly my cup of tea, but I mean, I've got nothing else to do.
Any other campuses you want to explore?
Let me take a look. Let me just take a look. There's... I believe... You know what? Let's head to the lore hold, because I think I'm leaning towards that as like the place I might want to spend the most amount of time. I'll check out the lore hold place.
We could just tour all of them today. It could be fun.
Just go around.
Just around the world. You guys get hitch a ride on the horse buses, I assume.
Yep.
On the old chariots. And as you get on the one that leads out to the Lorehold College, you realize that the area around you is starting to turn a little sandy, a little dusty. As you get out, you start to see this large structure looming in the distance. And I will switch it over, and you can have a look-see as to what you see in the distance. Whoa. Passing over this road in the chariot, you kind of look out the windows and you see this huge chasm on the other side that has bridges and ruins built under it. A lot of it glowing, and it almost seems like a massive excavation site. As you're let off, I will give you the Lorehold campus map. which is wild.
Effigy Row. Pillar drop. Well, Effigy Row is the closest thing. It seems interesting.
It is the heart of the campus, is this soaring bridge that crosses over the chasm. The chasm is known as Pillar Drop. The bridge and its surrounding pathways are lined with monuments depicting historical figures, including past professors, and you can see what look like prominent students. And a few of them seem dressed as almost like war heroes.
Oh. Alright. Well, so looking at obviously the map, Pillar Drop is just the chasm itself, and Effigy Row is just a row of heroes.
Yeah, Effigy Row is the big bridge you're standing on.
Alright. Well, I guess I might as well head into Coleman Hall then, just to see all the three things labeled.
It's as you two enter in, you see it's a sort of large gallery built into this outcropping at the end of Effigy Row. You can see here there are different offshoots with some amphitheaters and some places where large classrooms and large lectures are being held. And as you look in the center, there's this large statue, a little degraded, but you can still tell it's of a woman. And at the bottom, you can see an engraving is Colema, the wise monastic one, and one of the first Lowerhold professors.
How do you spell Colema?
Like it says in Coleman Hall.
Oh, okay, I thought, yeah. In hindsight.
I like to imagine that you were like taking notes and you leaned over to Styx. How do you spell Colema? And then Styx points to the statue. That's where you read Colema.
Let me just change my notes of that name. There we go. Okay. All right. I assume I'll be spending
While
more.
you're scribbling down notes in character, Six is also scribbling down notes, and this Veil is a dummy.
Okay. I am here to train. I am not a smart person, okay? I stab. I stab and I
read
heal.
Her name. You read her name, and then you asked me to spell it.
I stab and I heal, okay? I do two things.
I do two things. Any place else you two would like to visit? Any other campuses on the docket?
This is the only one I wanted to visit immediately. I assume when we get to the other classes, I'll see the other ones. Is there anywhere you wanted to go specifically, Styx, or should we just head back?
Why don't we head back? Maybe we'll save the other campuses for another day. Honestly, it's more of I don't want to wait for multiple of those carriages again.
Yeah, it took us like an hour to get to one, and it took forever to get to the next one. It's gonna take an hour to get back.
I know. And it's like, well, yeah, it took an hour, but like we could have walked because it's probably around the same time. But like we didn't know if the thing would appear before that and save us time. It's confusing.
What was the
It's
one
almost like they
thing
need a
that
bus schedule or something.
was the one thing we had to do before the weekend? Was us just choosing classes, or was there...
Yeah, you had to sign up for classes, which you've
Okay.
already done, so you're good.
So we're all good. All right. No, I don't think in specific there's anything else. You know what? Let's head to. I'm gonna head to the gift shop while I still have light in the day.
Wait, you're head to the gift shop?
Is there just something I can get from my room? Because I wanted to make a shelf of knickknacks. Is there like a small figure of any house founder?
You heading to just any local gift shop, you could definitely find a some carved figures or some, depending on what material you got on, of 5 dragons who are the founders of Strixhaven.
I think that'd be cool just to pick up for the room. Just a little shelf of all the founders.
What material did you want it to be made of?
Yeah, I think wood's just nice. Just a nice like wood carving.
Do they have those paperweights that are like glass and have like weird sparkly patterns in them?
Oh yeah.
I want to get one of those.
Okay. I'll say both of you do a silver piece and we'll call it even there.
I'll have 9 silver pieces now and 4 gold pieces.
All right. And as your classes will soon begin, we'll wrap up session 1 there.
Neat.
How did you guys enjoy Strixhaven so far?
I stabbed the box.
You did stab a box.
And got licked by it.
Yeah.
And you got licked by
I
a
almost
box.
got choked out by the box. I was at 2 health.
You were at 2 health.
And then I eviscerated the box.
And then you eviscerated the box, so it's fine.
That's what he gets for licking.
It's funny because I think just the longer a game goes on, like the higher level it gets, just the more turns get added to combat. At level 1, it's just like people are going once, and you better make it a good swing.
That's it. I know you were like, oh, is he gonna do anything? I don't have anything else. I can do lay on hands and I can stab, and lay on hands is an action.
I know, that's why I was asking. I don't actually know what you have or anything like that.
I know. That's just what I mean. I got 2 choices.
Yeah.
And they are both actions, so that's it. I guess I could have asked what kind of magic the box was while I was killing it, but I didn't think that mattered.
I think this is...
I want to play it again. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can absolutely play this again.
I might, and I'm going to say this out loud just in case it does become a thing that we do often. I might change her name because I really wasn't thinking about the fact that it was called Strixhaven, and I just picked a Pluto moon, so...
Okay.
Just to make it easier on everybody involved.
It'll make it be another elaborate prank where she absolutely really told you the wrong name.
No, it'll just be like... She's like, oh, wait, you guys get middle names and last names?
She's going to choose one.
And then she's just going to choose those, and then she's going to go by them.
Okay, I like it.
So I have no idea what it...
Dr. Lopez, the session is getting wrapped up. Yes, you did, full deck. Hi.
Hi, full deck.
What are you about to say? Base, like, note sheets, like, 4 character notes for people that you can find. Like, 4 relationships. I'm like, there's gotta be more than 4 people I could ever meet.
Kai, there's a lot. I'll say this. Is there any, out of anyone you met today, is there any NPC that you guys would like to pursue a continuing relationship with?
Yeah,
because you can add them to your relationship thing if you want to.
I feel like Styx is just gonna chase Aurora on for no reason.
Yeah, probably knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Then I'll say that, and if Vale wants to too, you both can because you both made a decent impression with Aurora, but you can add Aurora to your relationships and add a 1.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that means, but I will.
If you look
to
on
the
the
points.
On the thing I put, it's just a number symbol in that column.
Is her first name Aurora Luna? Like how the like Marianne?
Look in the thing. Her first name's Aurora, her middle name's Luna, and her last name's
okay. So she just introduced her full name. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I mean, okay. She's just gonna be...
Mm-hmm.
I put most people, notable people that we met in there, but I just put them as strangers with no point.
Mm-hmm.
Is points the star?
No, it's
or the
number.
pound?
The pound is the points. The star is just inspiration, which we'll find out what that means at some point. I don't know.
Well, do you want me to tell you what that means? Because it said to go over the mechanics. Yeah, I was about to say it said to go over the mechanics before we start the game, but I'm perfectly fine with you guys figuring it out as we go.
Honestly, as long as it's fine that we just asked a stupid amount of questions, it's fine. That's literally the game, though.
What do you give me for talking to you?
I'll say, because I've told Kai this, Abbie, there are statistical benefits for each individual person in pursuing a relationship with them.
Awesome.
You do actually gain things from being friends or more than friends with people.
That's why I tried to make a good impression, at least with Drasimir, the Minotaur.
I love Drasimir. He's my favorite boy in probably all of this. I love his art. He's such...
looks like he would just go. He speaks with just his lower lip. That's all he moves.
He's just a gentleman. He's just a softly spoken
He's a
gentleman.
gentleman. He's not even a gentleman. He's a gentleman. Gentle Minotaur. Gentleman.
Gentle Minotaur. Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say favorite NPC from today from both of you.
I think he was pretty good.
No, I mean, who's your favorite NPC?
Well, that's what I meant, Drasimir. Like, no one.
Okay.
We didn't talk to anyone long enough to get that much of an impression from them, so that's the only one that's striking, I think.
Honestly, I don't know if I'll pursue anything with them, like friendship or otherwise. Urza Mactok was fucking hilarious. Do you guys know what I was laughing at?
Yeah.
Yes.
Horticulture, whore.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm aware.
And I was just like, I don't want the books to hear me, and then she laughs.
Love the death noises of the mimic. We sure stabbed
him. You guys haven't even met half the student NPCs that you could meet. There's so many of them.
That's why I thought
and the book doesn't tell you where to insert people, by the way. I'm just using them when I can.
Also, Kai, I know you're going to be working on the UI. So can I have a little input for something?
It's all gonna change, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. If you're gonna change everything, if you're gonna do the circles, I was gonna say, make the gradient like a border, and then the circle black, and then fill our entire portraits with them.
And then honestly,
even if it cuts off,
it's probably not even gonna have that color in the center. It's just gonna be a portrait of the art that I get for both of us. There's not even going to be a center color.
Yeah, I'll probably fix this one, because I need to figure out how to make it to where my Cintiq actually shows me what my other monitors are, because it is so dark. You can't see anything that I did on her face.
Hey, of those watching, I know that there's a good few people who probably weren't here the whole time. So far, I want to hear audience, and from both players, what's your favorite, like, we have, just from the surface impressions, what's your favorite campus so far? What's your favorite house?
And I actually really like the Lord Hold. I thought that was cool, having it be like a Petra.
That's really neat.
I like Quandrix by theme and style, but like their campus leaves much to be desired. But you know,
it's a lot of shapes. It's a
lot of shapes, and like I don't think I personally would take their classes, but I like it, if that makes sense.
You know, you guys are going to between your classes, you're going to see all of them. So let's just introduce them now. Let's just introduce the other ones now. So you saw Lorehold and all that. Welcome to the Prismari campus.
That's interesting. Is that a spider down there? No, that's.
And here's the map. And here's the map of the campus.
Okay. Opus Walk, Fury Gale.
Furry Gale.
Yeah, Furry Gale.
Prismari campus looks like the bad guy campus in Winx. It really does. It looks like the Winx bad guys.
Toltec, all you need to know is that we went to school, I stabbed a box, and here are the places we're going to study.
Alright,
we're nerds now. We got jobs.
That's that one. You ready to see Silver Quill? It's interesting.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I get it. Okay, it took me a second. I got there.
What?
Because the monuments are quills.
Yeah. They're all, ink dip pens. Even the doorway is one.
And then there's the map.
Grand Loft. I thought that said Gandalf Hall, but Grand Loft Hall.
And the building is shaped like an inkwell. The main building.
Alright. And then
I
the
like
last...
that one's aesthetics the best, I think.
Cool.
It's neat.
Silver Quill.
Silver Quill's the one I would do if I was playing, honestly. I think
I definitely wouldn't go with... Well, I don't think I'd go with Lorehold if I was actually here.
I mean, whatever character I made, I would make someone that went to Silver Quill because I like the Silver Quill stuff. And then there's Witherbloom. It's literally a swamp. It's a massive swamp.
Just a swamp.
Some of those windows are triggering my tryptophobia. Very lightly, they are.
Do not drop your books.
Nope, you will lose
Detention
your
bog. You'll get sentenced to the detention bog if you're
The detention bog.
you're doing bad in school. Just get thrown in a tree.
Yeah.
Like the bog of eternal stench in the labyrinth.
Okay, so now that you've seen them all, any highlights from all the crazy?
I think Silver Quill and the Lore Hold are definitely my favorites. I think those two are really cool.
Yeah, I think Silver Quill is my favorite aesthetically. And, like, who knows? Maybe I'll go there anyway. Who cares,
Maybe
you know?
you'll just do it anyways.
Let's do it.
In my eyes, like,
We'll see where the
Lore
tides
Hold
take us.
looks like something from just an Overwatch map, like the Petra map.
Mm-hmm.
It looks really cool. I like that science and architecture combination.
See, I like this art for the Quandrix place. I don't. The actual one is a little stale.
The fractal animals are really cool.
The fractal animals are cool.
But they are a bunch of nerds.
They're
Bunch of
and
nerds.
Bunch of
I
fucking
definitely
nerds.
didn't theme her like around that, but I figured she could still do it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you're here to grow as a
Nerd.
person.
Hmm?
So you're here to grow as a person. That's what college is all
Yeah.
about.
It wasn't blatantly obvious. This is her first time as a humanoid form, so
There
For her?
is.
waving her hand around, that's why. She's like, oh wow, I have an arm. I could do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. God, you got... Yeah, alright. So, any closing thoughts, guys?
My note page is called Strixhaven. So
my God.
Strixhaven.
Oh my god.
Oh, I made a note page on this thing. Okay. Anyways, that will be all. This will
Alright.
probably be a different UI when we next time we do this.
Yeah, my art might be different. I might have art.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We just did this because we wanted to. There was literally no other reason. But we'll probably do it again soon because it's fun. Good time.
Parker, do you want to be a cat writing a book around?
Yes.
I'll draw one for you.
Thank you.
Goodbye, stream.
Goodbye, stream.
Bye.